If you're over 50, pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because this could be the most important video you watch this year. Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker, your thighs shrinking in size, your knees hurting more than before, and your balance not being what it used to be? Maybe climbing stairs has become harder, or even getting up from a chair already takes more effort. If this is happening to you, know that it's not just age-related tiredness, it's a clear sign of muscle loss and leg weakness. And the worst part is, if you don't act now, this weakness can turn into something more serious, like falls, chronic pain, or even a loss of independence. Many doctors often say a phrase that should stay in our minds: death begins in the legs. That's because when we lose strength in our legs, we also lose our mobility, autonomy, and little by little, the energy to live. A lot of people believe that walking 10,000 steps a day is enough to keep their legs strong. But the truth is, after 50, walking is not enough. Walking is great for your heart and circulation, but it's not enough to rebuild the muscles that time is slowly taking away. That's why today, I'm going to show you 5 essential exercises that truly restore leg strength, made for men and women over 50. And the best part, you can do them all at home, without equipment, without a gym, and without spending a dime. These exercises target exactly the areas that suffer the most with aging: the thighs, glutes, calves, and stabilizing muscles, the ones that maintain balance and prevent falls. And before we begin, I'd like you to write your name and where you're watching from in the comments. That way we can create a community of people who are regaining strength and vitality after 50. Now let's move on to the first exercise, the most overlooked and at the same time, one of the most important of all, the calf raise. The calf is called by many experts the second heart of the human body. That's because it helps pump blood back to the heart against gravity. Every time you walk or rise onto your toes, the calf muscles contract and push the blood upward. When these fibers weaken, blood tends to pool in the legs, causing swelling, varicose veins, a heavy sensation, and even dizziness when standing up. Additionally, strong calves are essential for balance and for every step you take. They're the muscles that stabilize your ankles and help prevent tripping. And here's a surprising fact. Seniors with more developed calves have a 30% lower risk of falling. The problem is that hardly anyone trains this area properly. Most people think that walking is enough, but after 50, you need more targeted stimulation for those muscle fibers to truly strengthen. To do the exercise, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, near a wall or chair for support if needed. Keep your spine straight and look forward without tilting your head. Now slowly rise onto your toes, lifting your heels as high as you can. Once you reach the highest point, hold for 2 seconds, feeling the full contraction in your calves. Then lower yourself slowly, controlling the movement until your heels touch the ground. The key is in that control, both on the way up and on the way down. The movement needs to be complete, without bouncing and without rushing. Many people do it too fast, swinging their body to gain momentum, but that cancels out the benefits. You should feel a light stretch when your heels touch the floor and a strong contraction when you're on your toes. Keep your knees straight during the entire exercise, because if you bend them, the effort shifts from your calves to your thighs. For beginners, start with 2 sets of 10 repetitions, resting 1 minute between them. As you gain strength, increase to 3 sets of 15 reps. And if you want an extra challenge, after a few weeks, try doing the exercise 1 leg at a time, always holding on to something for safety. This single leg version requires much more balance and activates deeper muscles that support the ankle. Here's a special tip. Do this exercise barefoot or wearing shoes with thin soles. This improves your contact with the ground and stimulates the balance sensors in your feet, also strengthening stabilizer muscles. You can do calf raises anywhere, while brushing your teeth, cooking, or waiting for your coffee to brew. It's a simple but powerful exercise. If you do it every day, you'll notice that in just a few weeks, your legs will feel firmer and even climbing stairs will become easier. Studies show that people over 60 who do daily calf raises reduce their risk of falling by up to 40%. And best of all, they also feel less fatigue and less swelling in their legs. So start today. It's just a few minutes a day that can completely change the way you move, balance, and live. Now that you've learned the first exercise and started activating the foundation of your body's strength, it's time to discover one of the most complete and transformative movements for your legs, the Bulgarian split squat. You may have never heard of it, but this exercise is a true gem of modern physiotherapy and functional training, especially for people over 50. It works each leg independently, correcting imbalances that build up over time. It's common as we age for one leg to become stronger or more stable than the other, which can lead to knee, hip, or even lower back pain. The Bulgarian split squat addresses exactly that. It requires control, balance, coordination, and strength. 4 essential elements for maintaining physical independence after 50. In studies conducted by Stanford University, adults who included the Bulgarian split squat in their routines 3 times per week reported 40% less knee pain when climbing stairs and up to a 35% improvement in pelvic stability, meaning a lower risk of falls and hip injuries. Additionally, this exercise deeply activates the glutes, especially the gluteus medius, the lateral hip muscle responsible for keeping your body stable with every step. When it's weak, the body loses alignment and puts extra pressure on the knees, which is why many people over 50 feel pain in that area without understanding the cause. To perform it correctly, stand in front of a sturdy chair, sofa, or bench. Take a large step forward and place the top of your back foot on the seat behind you. Your body should be in a wide step position with your torso upright and your core gently engaged. Now, take a deep breath and bend the front knee, lowering slowly until the thigh is parallel to the ground. The knee should form a 90-degree angle and be directly above the ankle, not going past your toes. Your back leg will bend naturally as you lower down. That detail makes all the difference. Pushing through the heel activates the right muscles and protects the knee. Keep your gaze fixed forward and your chest open, as if proud of your posture. Avoid leaning your torso forward, as this puts strain on your lower back and reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. At first, it's normal to feel a bit unbalanced. That happens because your body is still relearning how to align itself. If needed, hold onto a wall or the back of a chair. Over time, your balance will naturally improve. Start with 2 sets of 8 repetitions on each leg, resting 90 seconds between sets. When the movement starts to feel easier, increase to 3 sets of 12 reps. And here's a tip few people know. During the descent, count slowly to 3 seconds before pushing back up. This controlled movement, known as the eccentric phase, is where most muscle strengthening occurs. According to the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, workouts focused on the eccentric phase boost strength gains by up to 25% more than fast-paced exercises. Another key is keeping your core engaged throughout the movement. This creates an effect known as central stabilization, which protects the spine and improves balance. The Bulgarian split squat is so powerful that even physical therapists use it in the rehabilitation of patients with knee and hip degeneration. It activates the leg, hip, and lower back muscles all at once, promoting complete improvement in body stability. And there's a lesser-known but extremely important benefit. This exercise increases circulation in the legs and hips, which helps nourish the joints and reduce inflammation. For those who suffer from morning stiffness, this movement brings noticeable improvement within just a few weeks. Another advantage is the strengthening of deep, stabilizing muscles, which are responsible for keeping your body upright during asymmetrical movements like walking or climbing stairs. These are small, quiet muscles, but they make a huge difference when it comes to longevity. When they're active, even walking on uneven sidewalks becomes safer. Now imagine this happening inside your body. With every repetition, you're teaching your brain to recreate efficient, stable movement patterns, something we call neuromuscular re-education. This is the real secret to aging with health and balance. Here's an interesting fact. In tests with adults aged 55 to 70, researchers observed that after 8 weeks of Bulgarian split squats, participants increased gluteus medius strength by 28% and improved stair climbing speed by 33%. That means even simple daily activities, Getting up from the couch, getting into a car, or walking for long periods become easier. The third exercise is called marching in place, and it's one of the most accessible and complete movements there is, ideal for anyone over 50, including those with joint limitations or knee pain. The name may sound simple, but don't be fooled. This activity works much more than just your legs. It improves balance, motor coordination, cardiovascular strength, and even muscle memory, all in a safe and progressive way. Recent studies from Boston University showed that practicing marching in place regularly can increase dynamic balance ability by up to 30% and reduce the risk of falls by up to 35% in adults over 60. This happens because with each step, you stimulate the stabilizing muscles of the hips and ankles, which are responsible for keeping the body steady when changing direction, getting up from a chair, or stepping on uneven ground. And what's even more amazing is that this exercise also works wonders for your heart. By constantly moving your arms and legs, your heart rate rises in a controlled way, improving circulation, oxygenating the brain, and releasing endorphins, those substances that bring a sense of well-being and energy. That's why, even though it's simple, marching in place is so powerful. It activates the entire body and also helps the mind feel lighter. Now, I want you to imagine something. You're at home, in the comfort of your living room. You put on some calming or upbeat music, straighten your posture, and begin to march in place. The movement feels natural, almost instinctive. But as you continue, you feel your body warming up, your heart beating stronger, and your energy flowing. That's your body reconnecting with you. To do the exercise correctly, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Keep your core engaged and your back straight. Your gaze should always be forward, never down, because this helps your brain maintain balance and improves coordination between your eyes and your feet. Now, lift one knee to hip height, or as high as is comfortable, then lower it slowly as you raise the other. Alternate legs rhythmically, as if you were marching in place. The key is to keep the movement continuous, smooth, and controlled. No rush. As your legs move, let your arms follow the rhythm naturally. One arm rises when the opposite knee rises. This helps activate the whole body, improves circulation, and develops coordination between upper and lower body. At first, you can lightly support yourself on a wall if you feel the need. Over time, as your balance improves, you'll find you don't need that support anymore. Breathe naturally. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. This rhythmic breathing keeps oxygen flowing and helps your body use energy efficiently. One of the greatest benefits of marching in place is that it can be adapted to any fitness level. If you're a beginner, start with 3 sets of 30 seconds, resting for 30 to 60 seconds between sets. As the weeks go by, gradually increase to 3 sets of 1 minute. If you want to make the workout more challenging, lift your knees higher, swing your arms with more range, or add light ankle weights. Even just half a kilo, about 1 pound, on each leg is enough to increase the challenge. And here's something most people don't know. Doing this exercise barefoot on a firm mat or non-slip floor stimulates proprioception, your body's to know where each part is in space. This kind of stimulation is essential for those who want to improve balance and avoid tripping. A study from the University of Delaware found that people who trained proprioception with simple exercises like marching in place improved their reaction time to stumbles by up to 45%. That could be the difference between a quick recovery and a serious fall. Besides strengthening the body, this exercise also brings mental benefits. The rhythmic repetition and focus on breathing create a light state of concentration, similar to moving meditation. This helps reduce stress and anxiety, improving mood and focus. That's why many health professionals recommend marching in place not only as a physical exercise, but as a practice of body-mind balance. And here's a fascinating fact. People who perform alternating movements like marching in place show greater activation of the corpus callosum, a structure in the brain responsible for communication between the 2 hemispheres. In other words, while you're strengthening your legs, you're also strengthening your brain. In just 4 weeks of consistent practice, you'll notice that you can climb stairs more confidently, walk longer distances without getting tired, and even get out of bed more easily. One clinical trial participant, Mrs. Vera, 68 years old, reported that after doing marching in place daily for just 10 minutes, her leg pain decreased, and she felt more confident walking alone on the street. The secret lies in consistency. Exercise number 4, isometric glute bridge. Now we arrive at one of the most transformative exercises in the entire sequence, especially for those who suffer from back pain, stiffness when getting up, or have noticed a loss of strength in the hips. I'm talking about the isometric glute bridge, a simple but extremely powerful movement capable of reactivating the muscles that support almost the entire body. When you strengthen this region, your balance improves, pain decreases, and even your posture naturally straightens. What's most interesting is that this exercise is a favorite among physical therapists who work with adults over 50, precisely because it activates the posterior chain, the muscles that support your spine, hips, and legs, without placing stress on the joints. It's like rebuilding the foundation of a building starting from the base. Over the years, our glutes, the largest muscles in the human body, weaken due to a sedentary lifestyle and excessive sitting. When this happens, the pelvis tilts forward and the lower back starts bearing weight it shouldn't, leading to pain, discompression, and even tingling in the legs. Studies from the University of Michigan have shown that 8 out of 10 people with chronic lower back pain have weakened glutes. Now imagine what happens when you reactivate these muscles. Your entire body realigns, the pain decreases, and even your breathing improves because your posture returns to center. Another incredible benefit of the glute bridge is that it improves blood and lymphatic circulation in the pelvic region, helping both men and women maintain the vitality of their internal organs, preventing issues like fluid retention, varicose veins, and even urinary problems. For men, in particular, studies indicate that strengthening the pelvic floor and glutes can contribute to better prostate health and sexual performance by increasing blood flow and oxygenation in the area. And all of this is achieved with a simple movement done on the floor in the comfort of your home. To begin, lie on your back on a mat or firm surface, with your knees bent and feet flat on the ground, hip-width apart. Your arms should be extended at your sides, palms facing down. Now pay attention. The key is to contract your glutes even before lifting your hips. This ensures the force comes from the right place and not from your lower back. So, inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, firmly contract your glutes and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Your body should resemble an inclined plank. Hold this position for 15 to 20 seconds while breathing naturally. Feel your body firm, core engaged, and the strength centered in your glutes. Then slowly lower your hips back to the ground, controlling the movement the entire time. This control is what truly makes the muscle work. What matters most here is the quality of the contraction, not the number of repetitions. When you reach the top, imagine you're holding a coin between your glutes. That's the ideal level of contraction. If you want to increase activation even more, press your heels into the floor. This also activates the hamstrings, the muscles in the back of your thighs, which are essential for walking with stability and climbing stairs without pain. At first, do 5 repetitions of 15 seconds each, resting 30 seconds between them. As you get stronger, increase to 30 seconds per repetition, keeping the same rest time. In just a few weeks, you'll notice your back feels lighter, your hips more stable, and even your balance will improve. Here's a powerful variation: the single leg bridge. Once you're comfortable with the standard version, try lifting one leg while keeping your hips raised. This version forces each side of the body to work independently, correcting muscular imbalances and further strengthening your core. It's a bigger challenge, but so are the results. One important detail: always keep your core engaged. This protects the spine and allows the exercise to also function as a core stability workout. Here's a fun fact: people who perform this movement before bed often report deeper sleep and less nighttime pain. That's because the exercise relaxes the lower back, boosts circulation, and reduces pressure on the vertebrae. You can do the glute bridge at any time of day, but at night it's especially beneficial. Just lie down, do 3 sets of 20 seconds, and feel your body release the tension built up during the day. A 65-year-old woman named Helena shared in a clinical study that after 1 month of practicing this exercise daily, she stopped waking up with back pain and started sleeping through the night again. Small changes lead to big results when done consistently. The glute bridge doesn't require speed or brute force. It requires awareness. Each second of contraction is a message your brain sends to your muscles saying, "Wake up, I need you." And that communication is what keeps the body young, even after 60. In the next section, we'll talk about exercise number 5, the farmer's walk, one of the most complete movements for restoring balance, strengthening the entire body, and greatly improving your coordination. Are you ready to continue and discover why this simple movement can transform your stability and walking confidence? Now we've reached the final exercise in this powerful sequence, and possibly the most functional of all, the farmer's walk. This movement is simple, but it engages nearly every muscle in your body and has a direct impact on your posture, balance, and grip strength. The kind of strength that determines whether you can open a jar, carry a heavy bag securely, or support yourself confidently when climbing stairs. What's most amazing is that, contrary to what many people think, you don't need any fancy equipment to do it. Just grab 2 objects of equal weight, water bottles, bags of rice, or even small buckets, and start walking with control. This exercise is named after the daily activity of farmers who carry water buckets or tools, and modern science has discovered that it's one of the best movements to strengthen both body and brain at the same time. In a study from Harvard University, people over 60 who performed the farmer's walk 3 times a week for just 10 minutes saw a 45% improvement in dynamic balance and a 38% reduction in household falls after 2 months. The secret lies in the unique combination of physical effort and postural control. As you walk while holding weight, your body must stabilize the torso, align the shoulders, and keep the core engaged. This creates deep activation of your core muscles, the ones that protect the spine and keep the body stable even during asymmetrical movements. Additionally, the simple act of holding weight stimulates the muscles in your forearms and hands, which are essential for maintaining functional independence as you age. Research shows that grip strength is one of the best predictors of longevity, even more so than blood pressure or body mass index. To perform the exercise correctly, grab 2 weights of equal size. Start light, around 4 to 9 pounds, 2 to 4 kilograms in each hand. Stand tall with your body upright, shoulders slightly pulled back, and your core engaged. Now start walking slowly in a straight line, taking short, controlled steps. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head upward. This helps keep your posture aligned. Avoid looking down. Keep your gaze forward, because looking at the ground tends to hunch your back and compromise your balance. While moving, breathe in a controlled rhythm. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Walk 15 to 20 steps, turn carefully, and return to where you started. This round trip counts as 1 set. Begin with 3 sets and rest for about 60 seconds between them. Over time, increase the weight or distance as you feel more confident. If you want to boost the results even more, try the unilateral version. Hold a weight in only 1 hand. This variation forces the body to compensate for the imbalance, activating deep stabilizer muscles in your core and lower back. It's an added challenge that improves motor control and strengthens the mind-body connection. The beauty of this exercise lies in its simplicity. You can do it at home, in the yard, or even in your living room while watching TV. Now, if there are days when you feel more tired or your joints are a bit sensitive, here's the perfect bonus to keep your routine going without impact: the wall squat. This movement combines safety and intensity at the same time. Simply place your back against a flat wall. Step your feet out about 12 inches, 30 centimeters, and slowly slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, feeling the leg and glute muscles working deeply. This exercise is fantastic because it doesn't put stress on the knees, improves muscular endurance, and helps strengthen the area that suffers most with aging, the quadriceps. By practicing the wall squat a few times a week, you'll notice that walking, getting out of bed, and even climbing stairs becomes much easier. The ideal dose is 3 to 5 grams per day, preferably after physical activity. along with a light carbohydrate meal such as fruit or oatmeal to aid absorption. And contrary to popular belief, creatine is safe for the kidneys when used in the correct dosage and by healthy individuals. In addition to restoring energy and speeding up muscle recovery, it helps maintain tone, cellular hydration, and even daily energy levels. Think of creatine as fuel that reactivates your body's engine, allowing you to keep progressing with every workout. So, if you truly want to rebuild leg strength, regain balance, and once again feel confident moving without fear, start today with these 5 exercises. No matter your age, your body is still capable of change, adaptation, and surprising you. And remember, consistency is the key. Just a few minutes a day are enough to completely transform how you feel, walk, and live. Now tell me, which of these exercises will you start today? Leave a comment and share your experience. Your story might inspire and help many others going through the same challenge. If you enjoyed this content, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to receive more videos like this one. And remember, taking care of your legs is taking care of your freedom. Because when the body moves well, your whole life moves with it.